Well, that was Canada, folks.
Being 30 years old and still seeing stuff where it's like, oh, it's his dad. And it's like...
That sounds cocky as fuck for me to say. I know.
You sound like a dick.
Yeah. Some asshole may lose their ass on that job.
Arguing with customers because they want the world,
But we would win no jobs.
All right, it's 5 a.m. guys. We are heading to the airport now. We're gonna fly up to Canada to see Taylor White. He asked us a couple weeks ago to be on his podcast. Of course, you know, we could do this remotely, but we want to use it as an excuse to go up there and check out his operation. So we'll fly up. We're gonna get up there late in the evening, and he's gonna come pick us up first thing in the morning and see what he's got in store for us. Hopefully we can hang out at his place for a little while and check out what he's got going on and kind of see how he runs things. And you know, it's always good to get different perspectives in this industry and kind of get how other people are doing things, because really, you know, unless you have someone holding your hand and showing you, you know, the ropes, there's no school for this stuff. So you just try to learn from everybody else. And obviously Taylor's very successful, so I'm sure there's a couple things we can learn from him. Stay tuned. What's up, stud?
What up, man? Welcome to Canada. Our frost laws. Do you guys have frost laws? I was wondering that.
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, so we have half load season, we call it, down in the States. Like they call it frost laws in the northern states, I guess.
Yeah.
So they came into effect at midnight last night. So you're only allowed hauling half. It goes by number of axles, but the best way to put it is you can only haul half loads. So like production literally goes half. Now there are some roads that are dedicated full load roads. They do that because the weight of the trucks will mess up the road as we're going through our frost, our season, so it doesn't destroy the roads. So that came into effect last night. So like our dump truck, we got to bring our 8-ton versus where we would have brought like our 15-ton behind our tag today. And then the dump truck can only haul like, let's say so we put 21-ton in our triaxles. So we'll only put, you know, whatever. So we just, your trucking price just doubles. Like in the office, we estimate our jobs. Like we price our job, like how we price in our trucking is a per ton basis.
Okay.
We used to look at it like, oh, that's 40 hours of trucking.
Right.
Instead, what we do now is we look at it and go, okay, exactly, there's 1,200 ton. We're going to charge $5.40 a ton to get that material there.
Yeah, but what if now you're only hauling half the ton?
So it would go to $10.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Or jobs that we have bid, like you're losing on. You just got to remember, sucks. Business goes like this.
Jobs, you gotta try to.
Oh yeah.
We don't have a slow season. We have a slower season, but we don't have a season where it's like, damn, what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? And
fuck, that's so awesome. Yeah. That's right now for us.
Yeah.
Oh, like the fact that we're even doing a little tank job today, like this is the worst season right now.
Really?
Oh, this is like, hopefully you have some money in your bank to float yourself for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
Because you got guys on payroll, and I don't want to lay off my guys.
Exactly, yeah.
So we give them a minimum per week. Like we pay them a minimum that would be more than if they went on EI, but you do that to retain good people.
Yeah, is Alex the
estimator?
Yeah.
Kat is project manager / HR / safety / a lot of stuff.
Your office man does everything. That's mine. That's it.
Well, it's the size we are, you know what I mean? Like, we're not a huge business. That is a fucking girly drink if I ever saw one.
I get a pumpkin spice latte every once in a while.
That's for my office. This is like our main corridor, like our gravel pits here. I'm taking in the gravel pit today too, show you it. It's really cool. And they worked out, it's like a 10 by 15 shed, and that was their office until like the 90s. Or actually 2005. And then, you know, skip ahead a couple of years, the property beside us with the buildings and the shop came up for sale, like directly beside. And we always told the guy that was beside us, like, if you ever sell, let us know because we need space. he honored the deal, and we lucked out, and we got a really good space. And then we actually, like, there's 2 buildings on the property, and the other one we lease out. So this is mud season, like, just everything's nasty.
Yeah.
So we got some of our trucks. This is where we park some of the dump trucks, and they'll fire up and plug in and stuff like that. This is some of our red sand soil mix that we'll mix with topsoil. And then we'll screen here, and then that's some screen soil that we've got. We'll park all our machinery here. The yard is just nasty this time of year.
Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it, man?
Oh my God. Well, this is what we've been doing a while, and that's why I'm excited to show you guys today is the pit. But this is the pit. No. We spent the last little bit hauling in before frost laws came on.
Oh, yeah.
Hauling in all this sand from our pit. So
From
this
the
is
pit.
septic sand, Elgin sand, ready to go. We have this for the next couple months so that we can
Load out here.
Yeah. Exactly. Because this road that we're on is a full load road.
Oh, really?
Yes. So that's the nice part about having our property here.
So you bring the screen here and work this stuff up?
Yeah, right now the screener's at the pit because we screen our sand there and some topsoil there. So our property used to be right here, cut off. Like that rock wall used to go right there, and this was not ours.
Oh, okay.
So we literally ripped out the fence on the day that we took possession and moved in. We put garage doors in and did a bunch of other stuff on the inside, but now it's too small.
Yeah.
Like in the summertime, like obviously today it's empty and it's perfect, but
Well, not the guys are here.
yeah, like when we're in the summertime and there's guys screening here and there's stuff being worked on in the shop as well, like it's like fuck, and then you got all our shit in there and it's not big enough.
You got a full-time mechanic?
I did. I don't anymore.
They're hard to keep, aren't they?
Yeah, we just ran the numbers on though, like a company our size and what we were spending. And when he wasn't doing anything, and I shouldn't say he, it was, we tried one and we had another one. When they weren't doing anything, I was like, all right, well, paint sideboards for the dump trucks. Wash the trucks. And then you're paying somebody a mechanic's rate to wash a truck. And I'm like, fuck, I can get my laborers to do that at the end of the day, you know, for way less.
For sure. Get this on camera. Sorry, I'm often in town with the paint Starbucks.
Yeah.
Literally 2 weeks ago, it was jam-packed. We had our 8640 here, we had our loader in here, and we had another piece in here because like over the winter we do a bunch of maintenance. Our 336 was actually just in here, getting a bunch of work done to it. But this is like, I love having this space.
Do you primarily just do maintenance with your in-house guys?
Maintenance and small, like I call it fiddle fuck work.
Yeah.
Like we do fiddle fuck work, and then all the major shit,
I'll
I'll put out to Cat, or I have a really good guy, Justin from Milestone Diesel. He's a young guy, started his own mobile mechanic, heavy equipment mechanic. Like he's repairing this, he'll come here and work on stuff.
What's he doing? Putting shims and everything in there? You're packing up cylinders?
No, our fucking old cylinder completely twisted. He was demoing a house.
You guys do a lot of demo?
Yeah. So,
God damn.
yeah, completely fucking mangled it.
Holy shit.
I
That's
know.
impressive.
And then the other side, it was fucked up too. So we had to order a whole other side for it. Anyway, it actually wasn't bad. It was like 6-7 grand in parts and then your labor. I thought it was gonna be 15 to 20.
So that
honestly.
kid's rebuilding the cylinder?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he just redid our whole loader too.
Really?
Like we redid all, because we were getting seepage and it's a pit loader, like it's the big 450. So like pit machinery, I don't really care. Like you're gonna, it's got 40,000 hours on it. You're gonna have leaks and shit. But you know, it was getting really bad, so he redid it all. This is where my little gym is. Got a little pull-up bar. Kegerator that's dusty right now because I've been gone. And then yeah, I have just a little space in here that I do some stuff in. It's not crazy, and I want to keep adding to it, like a little squat rack, but it's hard with the ceiling height. But it's nice having this. Like I have a gym membership as well, and I go there religiously. I love it, but having this in here for days where it's like fucking on time, like
Just gotta
exactly. This is awesome, and what the best thing I love is seeing them use it or them use, like anybody using it.
Yeah.
Like I had a couple guys, that's why I made the sign. I'm like, you know, like if you sweat, bring a towel. Like, don't leave your fucking shit anywhere. Wipe down with Clorox wipes, machine, or shit you use. But I love seeing them use it.
Yeah.
And like I've always wanted to create some sort of like incentive, you know,
Yeah,
like
I know. Yeah.
Because I constantly get questions online.
Oh yeah.
You know, and you do your dirt to dollars.
That's
well
why we
too.
did it.
You like doing that?
I do. It's very, very rewarding.
what's the most value you think?
I think the best thing is like, you know, when you know, fortunately you had your pops to learn a lot from. I didn't, and I did. My dad did construction, but when I started dirt, my dad can't operate a machine to save his life, you know, couldn't hit the ground with a bucket. So I didn't have anyone to learn from. I learned so many lessons that were very expensive. I think the best thing is that these guys, these young dudes that are starting out, have a place to go to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not just me. It's a community. There's like 800 people or something in it now. So there's
Wow,
there's
really?
a huge group of guys
That's
that are, you know, there to, you know, if it's something I've never done, there's 800 guys that someone's probably done it. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
So I think that's the best thing. You know, we've shared a lot of our resources, like a lot of the spreadsheets and stuff we use and trackers and all kinds of shit like that, you know, and we've got a couple course programs on there, but I think really the community is the biggest thing, you know. I mean, you hop on the phone right now, like who you got a couple people in your contacts now after doing this for so many years to call, you know. But
All people that aren't from the area though.
yeah, for
Because
sure.
nobody wants to talk like that.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're all
Yeah.
competitors.
We just
They're all from the States, the people that I do call. Like Tucker Carlson saying of like, I don't know exactly, but it's like, you know, take on too much risk, get married too young, have too many kids. You know, like basically like get out there and take on risk, take on too much, take on that job you aren't qualified for.
Yeah.
And I love that mindset, and that's kind of how we managed to get here. Like when I took over from my father, I mean, we were 3 employees working out of the little shed.
Yeah.
You know, and I leveraged and took on a shit ton of fucking debt to manage to get where we are here. Having a great starting base was fantastic, but a lot of people always like, especially maybe even when you post this, like people's biggest comments are always going to be like,
it don't matter. I know we get the same.
you know,
bullshit.
it'll be, you know, and it's funny because when I was 16, I understood it. You know, I could get it. I'd be like, yeah, I get where they're like silver spoon. Like, fuck, I was a hateable kid. You know, like my dad had this business. I was driving a platinum Tundra, and I was 16. And like jealousy overcomes people, right? And they're like, fuck him. It's like, well, your dad should have worked harder. So sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But now it's funny because it's like what we've done as a team in the past like 6 years, the amount of debt we took on, what myself and my wife have had to do to make sure that this place stays running. It takes a lot of fucking money to make sure this place stays running. And we've gone through a lot of shitty fucking times. And being 30 years old and still seeing stuff where it's like, oh, well, it's his dad. And it's like,
You'll get it for the rest of your life.
we just were in my dad's office. He's in Florida, like still, you know, like it's not like I'm like his last thing he said to me before I left was like, send me more money. Literally, that was the last thing he said when we were at the airport. Was just like, send down more money. But yeah, like it's interesting because like those people that I would talk to and reach out to, they're from the States and around because nobody wants to like help each other around here. I do. I would like if I have a competitor or somebody that will call. I'll let you know. But
we get the same shit, and I even told my story recently on there, which I grew up racing dirt bikes. So my dad worked for someone on the side. We would do projects. I left, went to school, come back. Because we did 40, 50 projects for people, I was like, well, I'm going to come back home and just start my business there because I know those 40 or 50 people.
Yeah.
And I told that same story, and everyone was like, "Oh, your dad just built the business for you." People want to say that because it's easier to say that than to swallow the hey.
That is my whole
I can do
fucking
the same
life.
thing.
So like that conversation is that's why it's just like, listen, I'm 30 with 3 fucking kids now. I know what I've accomplished. I don't give a fuck.
I don't either, man.
I don't give 2 shits. Say it.
Just keep saying it because it's just more engagement.
Oh, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like I know, and the people that I spend my time with know what I put in and what we've gotten out. I'm fucking, like I said, I constantly just think, man, I'm 30 with 3-year-old kids.
Yeah.
I went to Florida, I had to shave the hair off my chest. I'm not fucking a little boy. Like you know what, like say whatever you want. I didn't have to.
If you gave a fuck what people said, you couldn't be on YouTube like we are.
handguns? You guys carry guns down there?
I got one in my center console at home.
Yeah, yeah. But like you're allowed down there?
I mean, you gotta have it concealed.
Yeah, concealed carry.
Yeah.
You're allowed in down your area?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you fucking would go to jail for life here.
Really?
Oh, dude, like
if I had a gun in that backpack?
Oh, 100%.
Shit.
Dad was like, who's coming on Monday? Like, who is this guy? So I sent them your video last night of you charging the people $500 for an estimate.
Oh, the consultation fee.
And that's right up like my dad's alley.
Really?
My dad's, oh yeah, dude. Dad is always like,
He's
he'll go
upcharge.
Oh yeah, he'll always walk by the
upcharge
office
too.
when we're finally like going over reports. And he'll be like, what? You're taking off $2 a ton? And he'll just be like, fuck, Tay, you can't work for fucking nothing. So I sent him, like, that's just like his aura. So, so I sent him the thing last night, and he's like, this guy's got it understood. But it is smart, because you're saying, listen, it's $500, and if you end up going for the job, now $500 comes off the job.
Yeah.
And if I don't end up getting the job, well, then you just didn't waste my time.
Right.
Because my time's worth this.
Yeah. Yeah,
But you can only do that when you're busy.
we do it all the time.
Really?
Yeah, we pretty much do it all the time, man. And dude, and it's really, bro, that sounds cocky as fuck for me to say, I know, but man, there's just so many fucking tire kickers, dude. And
No,
at the end of the day, bro,
as a
I'd rather
business
sit at
owner,
home with my
it doesn't
shoes off.
sound
And,
cocky or shitty.
yeah.
As somebody that's going to listen to you saying that doesn't have a business, you sound like a dick.
Yeah, for sure.
But I totally get it, and I don't have the balls to do it.
It's
That's
hard.
all.
It's hard to do. It is hard to do at first, but once you do it 20 times, it's not.
But
that
what
hard.
we will do, and we never did before, how Alex prices it is he adds in a line item as we're building in our own quote for supervision.
Yeah.
And he'll put in 5 hours at $100 and some odd dollars an hour.
But you've only got that money if you sold the job, correct?
100%. So at least we're recouping something if we get the job.
Yeah.
But if we don't, I mean, dude, like there's big jobs that he'll spend.
Oh, I know.
Weeks.
Tons and tons of time.
There's Dre.
Yeah,
That's
it's
our
our
dump
truck, right?
Yeah.
The phone calls back and forth.
Oh, insane.
Yeah, and dude, you're not gonna recruit.
right
You're not
onto
gonna recruit
Redmar
every
Road,
bit of it,
then
but
take the first left
where
onto
you do
Ranch
charge the
Avenue.
consultation fee for tire kickers, like we just priced one the other day. We sold the consultation. It was a FEMA job, which that's the big thing at home right now is everyone wants you to. They have to be a licensed contractor. So that's another thing. Are you licensed? So that's another feather in our hat that we can charge the consultation
Turn
fee
left onto
because
Ryerson Avenue,
there's a lot of
then
like.
take the first right.
If it's a government or insurance or if you're buying a home and you're wanting to negotiate the price down, it has to be a licensed contractor pricing the job. So I've got a license, I've got a GC, from
Turn
the
right,
custom
then
home
take the
stuff.
first right
Plus
onto
at
Corner
home,
Drive.
if you do a job over 40,000, even if it's site work, you have to have a license. But so all these people have all this
Turn
stuff.
right onto
Their
Courtney
bridge is
Drive.
gone and all this shit. And, and really, a lot of people are just wanting to get free FEMA money and not even do the repairs. Really? So, yeah, they won't do them. So, we went, the other day, I had a bad feeling about a job anyway, priced consultation fee, sold it at 40, they're priced it at 40-something thousand, sent it over. The dude fucking had a goddamn cow, bro. And I didn't price the job to come out of his pocket for $40,000. It's the government. And it's not like I priced it for $40,000 and that's out of line. Like, it was a 72-inch, 30-foot culvert replacement with a big concrete box catch basin. Like, a lot of work, bro. A lot of labor. He lost his fucking mind. I was like, yeah, there's no way in hell I'm doing that. But I guarantee you he sent my contract over to FEMA. And whether they pay it or not, that's, but whatever.
I see. Okay, so
That's how it works.
That's crazy.
So we
paying out contracts like that though, like the government.
Oh yeah.
Like they're just like.
Yeah. So we collected the $500, put it in our pocket. We didn't waste any time, And I had another job to price on the same road the same day. So.
By the way, my grandfather was Ken. My dad's Dave, so I'm third generation.
Right.
And I've been around this smell my whole life.
Even Riley has to be used to it now.
Yeah.
We were just putting a pump in the other day.
But guys that aren't used to it, like we'll hire new laborers or something, and they'll come to a job. Like I'm actually, and they're like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm just used to it.
Smells like money.
Smells like money.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
I recognized you, and like
He's like retaining wall.
Retaining walls.
His guys
Yeah.
had the big retaining wall.
Yeah.
They had to tear it all down.
Yeah.
because we do some retaining
He's
walls.
been
Oh,
busy
yeah.
with the hurricane cleanup that they had.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm sure I've watched pretty much all. Like you're
Sweet.
on my
Sweet.
feet. So,
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
I'm sure
Like you're
he's
always
seen
sitting
you
in
on
your
our
truck, like
videos.
arguing
Yeah.
with customers because they want the world. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I was like,
For sure.
See, like, because I was like, I recognize him.
It's in a big septic in a fancy, crazy neighborhood next month, and
All the landscaping's insane. So,
we were pricing in lifting the tanks from the front of the house with a 350-ton crane over into the back, but
then we
we
just
were able
decided
to
to
find
go
a solution to do plastic.
Yeah.
Because it was an insane. And actually, the cost wasn't crazy because the plastic of this type of Waterloo treatment system is fairly expensive as well too. But okay, well, right on, you guys are all set. Oh,
I don't leave it on.
same with Jake. I'll leave him like he'd be like, "You coming back?"
I sell it at is at 50%, way fucking more than all these other guys price it at, and I'll talk to the guys and be like, all right, this is 2 weeks on this or whatever, this is how many hours we've got it scheduled for, at a 50%, and the guys a lot of times are still like, oh man, I don't know, like that don't seem like enough time. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? It should take a week. I've priced it for 2 fucking weeks, you know?
Damn.
Do you guys have that often? Like when you're pricing stuff, like are the guys coming back to you like, man, I don't know if that's enough man hours? Or are you hitting it pretty close?
If I go out to the site and I'm like, yeah, like we got a week on this, you guys are gonna get it done in fucking 4?
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, oh fuck yeah, like game on, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you bought stone from a quarry, you're putting 50% on it?
Yep. Yeah. So if
We would win no jobs.
Yeah, we would be
Like
fucking.
the
everywhere.
the market here, John, like no. Like if we really want a job,
I thought the same thing too, and then I just did it.
Really?
I just fucking did it.
No, dude.
And dude, we might get 30,
we got
40%.
we
of
lost
our
on a septic.
Yeah.
And we own our own product, but it was a $40,000 job, and we lost by $20,000.
That doesn't necessarily mean that you didn't price it right. Some asshole may lose their ass on that job.
I know.
But
but
that's what's happening right now.
consistently
It's like
Really?
it's really quiet, and I don't know. Maybe it's like I don't know. Maybe have you always done that, or is it because like the FEMA and like the storm and stuff?
We've done it. Actually, with FEMA, with the storm stuff, it's a lot more. But
Like, dude, I'm telling you right now, like, because like we lose a lot of fucking jobs, and especially right now when
well, you
people
don't
are
want to
sitting
win
at home
everything
nothing.
either, you know.
Yeah. Like,
But yeah, and you know, of course, you got to go with the flow, right? Like if it is slow as shit, then you don't get to make as much.
When it's busy, that's when we'll go up, and 25-30% we'll go on, but
Your overhead is fairly low too. You said 13 to 14%. That's pretty low, dude.
13 to 14%
Which is great.
of our
that's
total
great.
revenue.
Yeah, mine's way higher than that.
Really?
Yeah, mine's over 20.
No.
Yeah, dude, we've got a lot of overhead. Our overhead is like $100,000 a month, right under $100,000. We just did houses, and I got tired of the emotion. Before I got tired of the emotion so bad that I was just like, fuck it, I'm not
What do you
doing
mean the
houses.
emotion? Like with the homeowner?
Homeowners, bro. Like when you so I always use the analogy that like someone building their dream home is like a woman planning her wedding, right?
Yeah.
Like they have every detail thought out and dreamed out. And
Rightfully
then,
so.
Yeah, absolutely, for
But
sure.
managing that.
It's your number one most expensive cost in your entire life.
Yeah.
And you've thought about it your entire life.
It's everybody's biggest investment.
Yep. And you know, right before COVID happened, materials were starting to get a little bit difficult to get. And then when COVID happened, it was just like, you can't get any fucking thing, dude. And so then you got to go back to the homeowner and be like, well, I know you thought about this countertop your entire life, or this light fixture, or this siding, but we can't get it. And we could get it, but it might take a year and a half, 2 years. Do you want to wait? You know, and they're like, no, we want something else. But then they flip the fuck out because, you know, they can't get that material. And I mean, what, you know, it's not my fault.
Bad news.
Yeah, it's not. And,
You're the bad
and
guy.
dude, that's all you do. as a home builder is deliver bad news.
Yeah.
You know, it's extremely rare to be like, oh, by the way, this came in under budget, or we're ahead of schedule, or this subcontractor showed up on time.
And under budget.
Yeah. So I just got tired of that, and the last year we were doing it, we hired guys to come in and do our dirt. Well, we had always been using guys to do dirt, and they became more and more difficult, unreliable, so we brought guys in to do it, and I bought some machines and stuff, and I was finally just like, fuck it, I'm not doing the houses no more. I'll just get to the point where the framer can come in and put the sill plate on the foundation. You know?
Now, did you find it hard then? Because then you were probably going to your competitors to hire you to do their excavation.
Nope, it was easy because they were
Because
like,
they understood
this dude,
you knew what they wanted.
Yeah, this guy knows
Smart.
what all the burdens are for us.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's our favorite customers now, man, is other contractors, because they also understand. We understand their pay schedule, and they understand we want to get paid as fast as possible, you know. And I understand they're waiting on a draw. And our best customers, bro, are our contractors that we work for that pay us very quickly, you know.
Yeah, same here. And the people that don't argue,
Yeah,
that don't try to beat us up dollar over dollar. Like,
yeah, and
they want a fair price, but we get it done. Like, those are our best clients.
And like you know, like you said earlier on change orders, so the cool thing is, like, where you're at is, you know, on a commercial job, you know, there's a change order that, you know, you can make a little money on. You've secured the job, and now maybe you can make a little money. Well, on the other hand, with the other business that you're doing with the cost plus, well, that's how most contractors are working. So they are looking for change orders for you.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, that's a project manager's job at a big commercial company, is looking for change orders.
Yeah. So that's what the contractor's doing for us on these house sites, you know, is like, you know, we'll see something and be like, well, we kind of need to do this, and the contractor's like, fuck yeah, let me go sell that change order for you, you know?
That's awesome.
Because now they get to put a percentage on top of that change order.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Sometimes it's a little difficult because, like, right now we're doing a job that's 2 hours from us because we, you know, work
That
for
one on that big hill?
Yeah, it's in West Jefferson. It's a huge, it's the house is literally 100 by 100, 2 stories tall.
Oh, because there was, you had a video of one on that big fucking hill, and you're at the 255 there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you were pushing the Skyjack out of the way.
Yes, that's it.
That white shed, that was my old office. I worked out of there. We didn't have this, so I worked out of there, and then everybody else was over at another office. So that was one big thing about getting this property, was like all the guys and myself were always here. And then like my father and, well, my old estimator, my old ops manager, they were always, there was always a disconnect. It was like, what do we have in the yard? Do we have that here? Who's at the yard? Are they back? Do we know?
Yeah.
So when we came here, it was so nice. Like, I remember the first 2 weeks, it was like euphoria. It was like, holy shit, like the office guys are here. Like, yeah, it was so nice, man. And it's nice, like, with clients and stuff too. Like in the summertime, like, we'll go out here, like we have a little kegerator downstairs. Clients come over and we'll have some beers, and like there'll be screening and hanging out, and it's a lot of fun. And then in here is Dad's, we call it the strip club manager's office.
It does look like a strip club.
In the tile, but like no one ever told him that, and then someone came one day and told him that, and he's like, oh, for fuck's sake. So then that was always a running joke, but it's a pretty cool space.
It is
It's nice, like,
It's really
we get a big job or something, we'll come in here and have a bourbon and sit down and hang out.
Yeah.
So we do all of our round tables in here. So like we'll come up, they'll plug all the computers in, it goes to that, we'll talk and go over every Wednesday we try to. Now, I'd be such a liar if I said we've been able to actually keep that up.
Yeah.
I don't think we've even had a round table in the past month.
It's difficult for sure.
It is. But this is generally where, like, if something's happening during the day or somebody's got some, you know, juicy info on a job, we'll all come here and like we'll be talking. So like a lot of stuff happens here, but so this is a cool area. When we first built the office, I said, I don't need an office.
Because I'm like site guy. I was like bouncing around.
Yeah.
Like my role is just completely, like I used to be able to spend way more time out on site.
Yeah.
And like now I'm in here all the time, especially with Prytech. Like we bought a building business last year. I'm gonna actually bring you guys to we're building a 4-story building in Ottawa.
Oh really?
I'll take you to it today. It's really cool. So that's a bit of whole thing. That's what that whole whiteboard is right now. Is we're trying to get like 4 different projects off the ground where we're building anywhere from a 9,000 to 100,000 square foot buildings right now.
So it's a GC business?
Yeah, GC, but construction management. So rather than like a fixed price,
I got you.
we go along the process, you charge a certain percentage on other people's bills,
Right.
and you manage the entire project from
Cost
basically, design to turnkey,
Turnkey.
which is really cool.
Did you get that print caddy on Amazon?
So I was sitting in, yeah, I did, yes.
I
thought it was bigger.
Yeah.
Do you have one?
I did. And
Okay, well now you know.
Yeah.
So, dude, I'm setting it up, and I'm down here, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where am I gonna put all my plans? And then I was joking. I'm like, you guys like my little plan?
My guys build one because I was smart enough to read the dimensions on it.
That's embarrassing. That's where the steamer and shower is. That was one thing I really wanted in here.
You got a what summer?
Steamer, yeah.
That's dope.
I actually have I bought a cold plunge. So this is the barrel I've been using. And then I left for a week and it got -40. And see how it's sitting up?
Oh yeah.
It fucking froze.
Busted.
So it's solid ice now. Yeah. We may have wasted $600, but I'll find a use for it.
On the barrel.
Yeah. It's an old wine oak barrel.
I could smell it.
It's smelling like booze. And then this is merch. It's nice being able, like people come here, we're going to go meet clients, we can come here like grab whatever stuff and bring it out. And like obviously with us merch, like I've always been a huge advocate of like have cool shit. You know, people will want to actually wear it, and like it's true. Like I have guys that are like, like I wore my Ken White hat to the gym, I got it dirty, can I have another one? Like I love that hat. Like your massage sheets, John, he has the same truck. How the fuck do you turn them off once you turn them on? Mine don't go, I don't know, and I don't even want to show you because I can't get it off.
I have not perfected the massage seats yet.
Tested, strip land, done everything, and it was really high grade sand. So now we're back here getting this sand, and we're gonna try to exhaust all of it this year.
You gotta rehab this, or?
Yes. Yeah, this is a 3-to-1 slope, and then stumps and stuff back into the water, and the topsoil that we pull off to shape the slide side slopes.
Like you'll strip everything, follow it.
Yeah, I keep the good wood, like that's cedar.
Yeah,
so like I'll keep the good cedar and spruce.
Yeah.
And I get it milled up into tongue and groove, and I have a hoarding style or patch of just, I have so much lumber. Pull all the topsoil, pull all the fucking sand. There's a lot of fucking material here we still gotta get out this year. So in the next couple weeks, I'll probably rent some rock trucks, and we'll just get the 336 at one end starting and just fucking rock truck everything up to the front and create a massive fucking berm.
Yeah.
I'll get out and show you.
He'll go in first and do all like the around underbrush, because then they selective clear.
Yeah.
And we pull out the stuff that we want to keep for cedar and spruce. Then what's left, they go in, strip the stumps, and then pile the bigger stuff into piles like this, and we burn. That 315 is a great machine.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And that grapple's awesome. Like the grapple that's on the 325, it closes like this, where this one closes like this.
Yeah.
So you can actually grab the whole trunk, where the 325, you gotta catch it on its blade.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pinch it.
But it's really good for demolitions, because I can strip tin. We'll go in where he's been like excavating more. Different trees grow when the sand gets thinner.
Yeah.
Like if you look at it from a topo, it's literally like a line of just like green trees into just like poplars over there.
Yeah.
Ouch. What happened here?
Oh, when I got it stuck over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not a Ferrari, I guess.
Oh, that's warm. lot of money sitting here.
Yeah. Is that as deep as they can go before they get into that
No.
clay?
They can go deeper. We're allowed running into the water. They could probably go another 4 feet until we hit clay. It's deep back here. Right now we're touching it twice.
Yeah, exactly. You're moving it twice.
Exactly. I should be leaving it where it is, scooping it with the 336 into a truck, bringing it up front, screening it. Or screening it back here. An auto greaser? What the fuck? Sir. It's weird to think it's a D5. Well, it's the old D6N.
Yeah.
I gotta get a plate to cover this though. Like they have all that exposed.
Yeah, that's what when I saw in your video, I seen that. I was like, man, if you're clearing with that, dude, I'd be scared to death.
Oh yeah.
They don't make something.
I'm probably have to custom fab something up.
Everything else is protected fairly well, though, huh?
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna check the interior. This thing got some.
Dark, eh?
Very dark.
It's a nice machine. It's pushes up a lot of the sand that we need. And along our bigger commercial projects, it'll be nice.
That auto greaser, you got a button in there, right? That.
Yeah, you can select whether you want high, low, medium. Auto greaser did running in sand best.
Oh, yeah.
But like people are right. Like it's not like, oh, I have an auto greaser, I don't have to think about it. You got to look at your lines every day and make sure. For peace of mind, I know that it's being worked in the sun, in the heat, in the sand every day, and it's not getting excessive wear on any of the points. This thing doesn't have an auto greaser. It was being transported from Saskatchewan to here, and the fucking side panel flew off on the road. So it's somewhere in northern Ontario. But this is a 1982 8640, 275 horsepower tractor. She's a fucking beast. And this is a silage blade on it.
Yeah.
But the guys have been using it to maintain the roads and a big nose. It's my favorite thing to run. I mean, it's so loud and uncomfortable. It's awesome.
Right?
Oh, just blows black.
Do you guys do like a lot of those smaller snow jobs, or you just try to focus on large?
Snow?
Yeah.
So last year I was like, I'm gonna do a bunch of snow and I'm gonna fucking do it and this is great. Then you have to get slip and fall insurance, and here snow insurance in Ontario, it sucks. Stupid expensive.
Liability.
Yeah, slip and fall they call
Yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
it's above and beyond our normal what we have. And I mean, you guys are from the States as well too. Like there's people that will just and you know sue for whatever.
Yeah.
So the money, it was I don't know, if I had the right person to help me manage the snow, it'd be great.
It's a lot. It is a lot. So you do have to stay up.
You're constantly on it.
Yeah.
Like
You got to be the weatherman.
You're the weatherman. You're constantly thinking it, and you're constantly bringing guys bad news. Guys, Friday at 11 o'clock, see you at 3 a.m.
Fucking destroys your equipment.
I hit a curb with the wing plow and the piston. It blew back the hydrant. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll show you guys the airport that we do actually.
Tires, tracks, like whatever you got, it wears you
Yeah.
the fuck out because you're spinning everywhere.
So we only do 2 contracts. For airport, we use that a lot on social media. We post it a lot. We got our new loader there, another loader, and an old 1972 blower. And then we do the storage, and then we do our yard, keeping it clear for our tenants.
Yeah.
So between those 3 properties, it's more than enough, and it's more than enough to keep the people that we have on in the wintertime busy. So it's nice because it gives them hours if you're paying them a minimum. It's like, well, at least we're getting something out of them this week. But where we make some good money is the removal of snow. And like anybody that's even big in snow will even say that as well too. Like the money is, you know, in the removal, hauling of snow. Because then you have snow dump fees, and it's
on that. I guess the weight probably ain't adding up, but will they let you haul? You know, with the frost.
oh yeah, because
Just
like
hauling
a
it's
full
gotta
load
go
of snow
somewhere.
weighs like 2 tons.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like we actually ride. So we have something on our triaxles called Spiff axles, and it's like you see that guy's was up. His 3rd axle was lifted up on his triaxle.
Was lifted,
Yeah, so those. You cannot run with the old style. It's illegal in Ontario. You can't run with the old style axle that's just down all the time.
Yeah.
and that doesn't turn with the wheels.
Yeah, so it's a drop axle is what we call it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But this one we called Spiff because when it senses there's enough weight in the box, it drops down and it turns with your wheels.
I gotcha.
Now there are concrete trucks up here that have a permanent drop axle that turn and and it's called quad steer trucks.
Steer axles,
Yeah. So that's they're actually the most dangerous fucking thing in the world. And you know, it's illegal to put in a button that you hit in the cab. Like the drivers have no control over it.
That's how all of ours are. They're all on.
Yeah, that's how they used to be here, and they're like, that's not safe. Now, and my guys could be turning a corner and they fuck up all the time, the Spiff axles. There's an actuator, air actuator box on the outside, and it just fucks up all the time. And that thing can drop down when they have no weight on, and in a snowstorm or when it's raining out, it just pushes the fucking truck forward.
Because it takes the weight
Constantly,
off the front.
100%. It's fucked. They're the most dangerous thing. But
That's crazy. I mean, that Kenworth I just bought, it comes manufactured with the button. You know, that's
they
how
don't
do
up
something.
here. This old Cessna's.
Yeah,
24-foot blade on it.
that's fucking huge.
And then that's the airport's 320 with the metal class on it. So we use both. They give us that one to use for the wintertime. So what do you charge for, so up here, like we call that grubbing, and like to dump grubbing is like $120 a ton.
It's not by the ton, it's by the truck, because I'm not set up with scales, which nobody, there's 4 or 5 others.
So if a truck came in, what would you, like what do you charge?
A single axle's like $75.
Okay, yeah, so it is kind of comparable up here.
Yeah.
It's expensive. Because
Yeah,
nobody
it's
wants to deal with
expensive.
it.
Yeah.
It's nasty shit.
It is nasty shit, and it's very expensive to work up. Like the grinder is $1,100 an hour, you know what
so
I mean?
expensive.
And then if
Do you use a tub grinder or?
Yeah, tub. Yeah, because it's all miscellaneous size stuff. You know, like a horizontal doesn't like stumps and very small blocks. It likes everything in between. So the tub, you just toss everything in it. You know.
Yeah.
We split our stumps and keep them separated because that mulch is a little trashier. You know, and it's also harder on the grinder. So he gives us a better rate if we separate and we grind just the brush. He charges that cheaper than the stumps. So.
Because a tub grinder is like $500,000, right?
Oh, or more, yeah. I mean, probably buy one the next year or so.
Yeah.
Let him grind to keep us by and continue bringing cash in until I have an influx of debris and then spend the money on the grinder. So, like, you know, we've got the influx of cash, we got the debris there, and then I've saved on grinding in the meantime.
Well, they're paying to dump it, and then they pay to, you know, when you mulch it up, you sell it.
We use the majority of it over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we use a lot of it for our
In-house.
erosion control. Because of the storm, there's just so much erosion, and there's a lot of rain still too. You know,
So you mentioned the storm. So you got hurt, the Helene, or
yeah,
what one?
we got slammed.
So you were right in there.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of it.
So you got fucking hammered.
Yeah, you know, our workload was already like a little bit overwhelming, and then
then
the storm come, and we had to stop production on everything we had on the books, you know. And for
So how do you keep those clients happy then that you stopped?
Not all of them are.
And then if prices drive up because that's fucked, and then when you're going back to them, then
a lot of it, bro, we just took to the chin, you know. And I mean, I've lost. People think we made a fortune during a storm, man, but. And I'm the most transparent person in the world. I'll show you my books. I'll show you my fucking bank account if you want to see it. But
I'm okay because I have to show you what. You'd be like, what?
The first couple weeks, I mean, we did so much free work of just like literally just cutting DOT road to get to some people. You know what I mean? And then we paid contractors to come in, and a lot of those contractors they're storm chasers, and they were sitting at home with nothing to do. And if you're sitting at home with nothing to do, it's probably for a reason.
Yeah.
And so those guys came in, and it wasn't very good. Production was just not where it needed to be, and we got ahead of that. We only let them work about 4 weeks, so we're able to get them back out pretty quick.
So were you working for people that were like, we got hit by the storm, we need them, or were you working for FEMA?
No, I did not do any government work.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not do any.
Because I heard, again, I'm
there's
in
guys
Canada
with
that just like don't get paid.
Oh, dude, there's. I know personally one guy that had literally over 200 trucks running, doing, they call it pushing, the push crews, so they just push stuff off the road, you know. He's got over $2 million he's owed out, you know. And then
It's a lot to carry in receivables.
If you just hop, he's a mom and pop guy, you know what I mean? And if you just hop on like the disaster pages on Facebook, that's all there is hey, we didn't get paid from this guy, don't work for this guy, you know. So everyone is just their names are just being completely trashed, you know. And all they were trying to do was help. They didn't realize what they were getting into. You know, they thought they were going to get paid every Friday like a normal job, but the government doesn't pay like that, you know. There's so many hoops to jump through. But then we started back on some of our regular jobs, you know, and now gravel is $60 a ton versus $20 a ton, and we just had to eat it, you know.
60 a ton?
Shot rock right now is $63 a ton, large blast rock. Production costs didn't go up. It's not like we're in COVID and fuel costs went up, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing that is making the production of that material go up. It's just demand, you know. Further ahead.
That's it.
Piss. I think it'd be frowned upon if I just pissed in the snow right here. Wrote my name in the snow.
All this rock, all rock to get down here. It's nice to see this stuff getting done at least. And he was just saying next week they're starting the second floor framing. So we were 2 floors concrete and then steel the rest of the way up. Other than this elevator shaft is what you see that protrudes at the top. Yeah, because it's going to go to the rooftop. This is a rooftop terrace.
Up top of the steel beams.
Yes.
So they got to fly in.
Yes.
Okay, see you guys.
So that's the building.
Sweet. Not so much to look at, but pretty cool.
Every large job where, like last year we did a job where we brought in 15,000 ton of rock.
Yeah.
Obviously we're doing that tonnage.
Yeah.
We actually come up with a number for supply, place, and compacted.
Mm-hmm.
So like we'll be like, okay, we're $28 a ton to supply the stone, place it, compact it.
Yeah, I got you.
It includes everything but the excavation.
The reason I asked is we recently just had a guy bill us by the ton, which I've never had before. It's always been.
So that's called ton mile hauling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love putting trucks on ton mile. When I rent trucks, I rather go ton mile because for owner operators, because the owner operators, the more tonnage they bring you in a day, the more money they make.
Right. So
where when they're on rental, I'm doing a regen. I gotta you know, and where have they been the last hour? I went to McDonald's.
Yeah.
When they're on ton mile, dude, it's
production.
Yeah, it's night and day. You're like, holy shit, they're back again.
Is it like comparable to a regular hourly rate? Like at the end of the day, is it like, this is kind of in line with, you know, how that.
What we do is we break down our hourly rate. So what we do is, let's say our job is 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
Okay, we know, we want 135, that's what we charge out our trucks at up here, 135 an hour. So you got 135 an hour.
Yeah.
You can figure out your per ton, so you go 135 divided by 21 tons.
Yeah, so you're always
that gives you your number
to make sure you're.
Every time we are.
Well, what happened?
It's not like there's some set number in my head where I'm like, no, it's. We always do the math. Yeah. If it's a 22-minute drive plus loading time plus back, we get the exact number based on $135 an hour.
Yeah, and then go up ton.
Exactly. Yeah. Always.
So, I told, we got to the end of that project, and fortunately we didn't get very deep into it, but we got to the end of that project and the dude, sent me over an invoice, and it was by the ton. And I don't like to scrutinize no one's numbers really, man, and I just push everything right through the office typically, but I was surprised by the numbers, so I thought, well, let me look at this for a second. And I also was, running a bunch of stuff at the same time, so I wasn't, I don't know every minute of when he was hauling. I said, look, man, I'm not trying to beat you up, but my best guess is you got about 18 hours in this hauling. And he was like, yeah, that's right. And I was like, well, I've never been charged by the ton before, so it's a little bit strange for me. I've been charged by the load or by the hour. But I really don't care how you charge me. You can charge me by the fucking piece of gravel if you want to, but at the end of the day, it's always kind of comparable, you know? I said, if we're going off $18 an hour, this ends up being $225 an hour, man. And he was like, oh, well, that's not how I figured it by any means. I'm not trying to screw you. And I was like, well, at the end of the day, you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, this is
100%.
pretty fucking weird.
So his numbers were off.
His numbers were just way off. He's new in business, listening to some old head that was like, you need to charge by a ton, which makes sense. Like you said, you know, I'd much rather pay by production
Yeah,
on
we call
anything we
ton
do.
mile.
But I mean, that's why I was asking. Like, the numbers still got to kind of be in line with
Yeah.
what you would charge hourly,
Have to.
or you know, and that's kind of typically how people, you know, will charge by the mile. They figure up their time, so or by the load, they figure up their time, and it's kind of, as long as it's all kind of in the same ballpark, you know.
Trucking is really interesting, and it is a huge cost on your job, and it gets, honestly, people think, well, it's easy. I mean, you get loaded with material and you bring it to site,
bro,
but then
a
it's like
fucking nightmare, man.
but then you start thinking about on a larger project where you're going to be there for maybe 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because like our jobs were like in and out in a week,
Yeah.
mostly. I mean, we have
Yeah.
commercial jobs where we're there for
Yeah.
weeks on end, but mainly shorter terms. So we got a 3-4 week job. Then you start thinking in your head, you're going, okay, well, wait, I gotta account for my truck being empty, like
Yeah.
driving back to the pit.
Yeah, empty
So
loads,
so then you start thinking about
Yeah.
that. You're like, because I'm paying my guy that's sitting in the seat X amount of dollars.
Yeah, for 3 weeks span.
I'm paying my, well, exactly. Like, so then you start adding in that, like, and that's what messed us up. We're pricing a huge job right now, and it started messing me up because then I started calling other people, being like, "What do you guys do for, you know, haulback, like
Yeah.
empty load, like empty truck?"
Yeah.
And it's just, it gets really interesting because then you get confused yourself because you're like,
Yeah.
wait, how have I been doing it before? Well, I've been pricing per load, but then am I accounting for when I'm not? But it's like,
isn't that part of business is frustrating, but at the same time it's also almost as rewarding because it's like a chess game, right? Like when you find those
Man, like I just said,
those little nuggets.
we
like,
exactly, or like we just started pricing our jobs by the ton, and like
Yeah.
our jobs we're actually, that we've been doing, it's more profitable doing it this way for us. And like, I'm 30 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, you're never done, like,
figuring it all out.
Oh.
Never a big huge hole that takes down a ship, right? It's always just the little bitty leaks that you don't see, you know.
Yes.
There's so many leaks, bro, that you don't even realize, you know,
Yeah.
that there's just little areas you can squeeze more out of, you know. And it is cool, bro, like when you sit down and you know, you feel like an idiot for a minute, and then you're like, oh, you know, here's an opportunity to make a good bit more. All right, homie. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for having
Take
me.
care.
Thanks for lunch.
See you later.
Well, that was Canada, folks. All right, we are back in North Carolina. We just landed in Charlotte. Just got back from visiting Taylor White. We shot the Con Ag podcast, and we were able to ride around with him, check out a couple jobs he had going on, and then go back and check out all of his operations, which was really cool. We got to basically see how things run at Ken White Construction, you know, how he's got his shop set up, which I'm always super interested in, how folks, you know, where they bring their stuff in and work on everything, kind of how all that structure is. We, you know, went and checked out his sand pit, which was really cool. You know, he's able to pull some sand, some aggregates out of a local site that he uses on a lot of his projects, similar to like our stump dump that we, you know, have at the house back there. And you know, it was really cool, man, to just kind of go and get a different perspective on things. Obviously, you know, those guys have got it going on with business and their equipment. They got a lot of really cool shit. I'm sure everyone that's watching this video knows they've got the Black D5 and, you know, Encons on everything. And you know, so equipment aside, business aside, it's really cool just to get a different perspective of culture, you know, like that. You know, Canada does things very different. The market is very different. It's really cool to be able to have, you know, relationships with other folks in other areas to kind of bounce ideas back and forth off of. And can't stress the importance of, you know, small businesses having other like-minded folks in the industry that you can kind of lean on and network and, you know, be able to have someone to reach out to when, you know, things are a little weird for yourself, or you're, you know, going through a different situation that maybe you haven't experienced before and they likely have. And, you know, vice versa. There's different things that we do that Taylor might, you know, experience coming up into business, and he can reach out to us at any time now. You know, we've built that relationship. So really cool experience, man. And you know, you guys that are in the trades, I recommend trying to build those relationships with other people, not only in your area, but outside of your area as well. And we're gonna try to do that a couple more times this year, man. So if you guys want us to go check out somebody else's operation, maybe reach out to them and, you know, see if we're welcomed in. We are definitely interested in trying to go meet up with some other folks that are kind of in the industry, and we want to hear from you guys who you guys would like to see. So make sure you guys put in the comments where you'd like to see us go next, and we're gonna start trying to line some things up.
Hey, I want it all. I want it all. I want it all.